Photon Shockwave was released in November 2011. Notable cards in this set include Rescue Rabbit, Wind-Up Rabbit, Evil Tsar Lagia, Evil Tsar Dolka, and a card that would terrorize the format for years to come, Wind-Up Zenmaines. In this series, both Nyhmnim and myself will be opening 24 booster packs or one box of a core Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. So here we are. This is a bit weird. We haven't started a video off like this before. First and foremost, I just want to apologize to you guys for the way that the series has been not exactly progressing. I guess it's been regressing more than anything.
You
but
still got bad jokes, dude. We're not even in the game yet, dude.
Yeah, we're not even in the actual episode yet. But Gage, you and I always did say that if we felt the series got to a point where we needed to actually step in and implement changes, we would. And so here we are. And yeah, this is going to be a very big change for the progression series, but I think it's going to be a good change for the better.
I'm not going to lie, guys. Part of it was me being stubborn, too, because I thought there wasn't a big power dynamic. I just thought people weren't believing in me enough. You know, people weren't lending me their energy. But Team Gage is, they're very strong, and they're very united, and they've told me, yeah, it's not cut out for me. So we had to implement something that I think would definitely help the series going forward. And I think it's a change that we both agreed on, and it's really beneficial for the future of the series here.
So one of the things is that because we pioneered this series, you have to remember that when we pioneered this, we did not think it was going to become this phenomenon, right? We didn't think people were going to get so heavily invested into it. We didn't think it was going to spring just an entire amount of all these other people doing their own progression series videos or even like Discords and things like that. We didn't think it was going to become this big thing, right? And so we always just wanted to let it run its course because we're in uncharted territory, right? Like one of the downsides of us doing this is that we didn't know what it was going to look like in the end. And so a lot of people always said, oh, you should do this and you should do that. While we could have, yes, we also, again, didn't know what was going to happen. And so one of the downsides of pioneering is that we don't have the ability to see someone else do it and then make the necessary changes retroactively speaking. We're already so many episodes in, so it's a little bit weird to implement sorts of changes. I know, for instance, a lot of people in their progression series videos or servers, they like to ban cards at the end of every video. And I feel like that kind of takes away from the whole progression idea and then also makes it so that, oh, Gage got 2 Chaos Emperor Dragon. Oh, Gage stopped me with 2 Chaos Emperor Dragon. Ban Chaos Emperor Dragon. And you get like one episode with it. I don't think that's really too fun, at least from the viewer's perspective. But I guess watching, you know, Gage getting Kalut for 10 episodes in a row probably isn't either.
Definitely a little tiring. No, I think we relied on the namesake of the series, the progression series. We were hoping that maybe like older strategies as new boxes, new sets got released would kind of rotate themselves out. They would get obsolete. But I guess we didn't consider like how powerful the cards in like our custom traditional format, having multiple cards if we're following just the current list like Black Whirlwind, Kalut, and everything, how much it actually affected those decks back in the day. So I think we had to kind of go with a pretty big option here to kind of limit those things down and make it a little bit more fair.
Right. So, and it's hard for us to retroactively ban like 40 cards, right? We're on episode 41 as we're filming this. So what, are we going to give Gage a handful of bans and me a handful of bans and just try to go down the list? I mean, arguably we could do that, but I feel like it's better if you started from the beginning and we're banning cards one at a time, because then it actually impacts the rest of the series. And I feel like if we did that now, it would kind of make it feel like everything we did up to this point was irrelevant, and you could maybe argue that it is anyway. But regardless, we have an interesting creative solution here. So I'm gonna let Gage tell you about it because I think it's something that you guys are really going to enjoy.
Okay, so like I said, we've been working with kind of a custom traditional format where we're allowed to play one copy of banned cards, but we're following the current TCG Forbidden and Limited list. And like I said, that's arisen some problems. We're having multiple copies of certain cards that normally would be limited back in the day, can end up being a problem. So we're going to actually just follow the straight traditional format now, which people unfamiliar with traditional format, you're allowed to play all banned cards at one. However, any limits that were implemented back in the day, they're still in effect. So cards that were semi-limited, you're still only able to play 2, and cards that were limited, you're only able to play 1. So now we're actually just going to be following those lists back in the day, but we're going to be allowing us to play those banned cards that might be able to shake up our own custom format and, you know, makes for some entertaining episodes.
Right, and this is actually going to affect both of us. This isn't just going to affect me directly. Gage is actually losing out on a bit here too. As you can see, the first card that's forbidden is Chaos Emperor Dragon. Chaos Emperor Dragon's currently at 3 because it's errated, but it was banned back in the day because it wasn't errated. So Gage is actually going to lose an Emperor moving forward. Obviously, I'm going to be losing a lot more, but it's still something that it's not completely one-sided, and I think that's just better overall because, as we discussed when Gage went on his big win streak, one Chaos Emperor Dragon's a little bit manageable, but the double Chaos Emperor Dragon was a little bit absurd. But Gage is going to go ahead and run through some of the other cards on this list, actually, that you're going to see some changes with, at least for the bans, and then I'll cover the limits, even though everything in the ban section is limited, but it's 2 separate sections, so go ahead, Gage.
Speaking of those things that are just going to remain, I guess, limited objectively because they were forbidden, cards that we share, like Fishborg, Blaster, and Goyo Guardian, those are both cards that we can only play at 1 anyways because they were banned before. But also some things that would affect Alex is a card like Magician of Faith. If he ever decides to go back on it, he has more than 1 copy, but now he's going to only be able to play 1. So that's going to be helpful. Cards like Tsukiyomi's another thing where Alex has more than 1. You have 3 Tsukiyomi, don't you, dude?
I think I have like 2 or 3.
Still,
yeah, it's kind of crazy.
You can only play 1 now, bro. And I can only play 1 Witch of the Black Forest. We all know we both kind of shared this thing where Alex pulled 2 Sangan and 1 Witch. I pulled 2 Witch, 1 Sangan. I'm only going to be able to play 1 of those Witches, and Alex is only going to play... Sangan wasn't forbidden.
Sangan's in the limited section, I think.
Oh, Sangan's in the limited section. Okay, I didn't see him in the forbidden.
Right.
We're still only going to be able to play 1 Sangan. So those are some changes in like the ban section that really affect both of us.
Also, brain control is something that will now be at 1 in our format. So this only applies to me, but I do have 2 brain control. So now I'm only able to use 1 copy of the brain control. It hasn't really come up too much, but brain control is a very strong card. So I think we're happy about this. Cold Wave is something that's been limited anyway. So like that doesn't change, for instance. I'm not sure if there's anything else in the limited section that matters all that much. You still see stuff like Painful Choice, Pot of Greed. Those are in the ban section, but they're going to remain limited like they have thus far. And then there's a bunch of traps in here that really don't matter too much for the overall purpose of the series. The limits are where things get really interesting and where people who have been looking while I'm talking are already going to see it. So Gale and Kalute back in the day were both limited to 1. And this is what we really liked about this, is that putting both of these cards to 1 really hinders the ability for Black Wings to just be as dominant as it was. And you're going to see by the end of this isn't even all the hits. There's more than just this. Dark Arm Dragon is limited, but Gage only has 1 Dark Arm Dragon, so that doesn't hinder his ability to play that card. Formula Synchron, I believe, Gage, you have 2 of, correct?
I do have 2 formulas, so we have to bump down to 1. Something you guys have to consider, too, is since we're retroactively making this change, this is actually a year into, like, when Black Wings were released. It's already been a full year since they've been released, and you can see, like, by Gale and Kalute being limited, like, the deck was still a powerhouse, so they had to keep it in check by some ways there. So making these changes now is going to definitely help to, like, kind of make that deck more akin to what it was back in the day.
Here's the Sangan that Gage rather was alluding to earlier. So I have multiple copies of Sangan, but now I'm only going to be allowed 1 copy of it. Gage actually has a Sangan too, so that means he can use a Witch and a Sangan, but not 2 copies of Witch. So again, another slight little balance change there. And this, I think, is another big one. So Black Whirlwind is also limited. So if Gale and Kalute going to 1 weren't enough, Black Whirlwind is also limited as well. This drastically reduces the deck's consistency. It reduces the deck's ability to get to the Kalute to make it impossible for Gage to attack my monsters or for me to get a lot of damage in. Book of Moon, though, I think is something we definitely need to talk about. I think initially when we went into this series, we really underestimated how good Book of Moon used to be back in the day. And especially now that I've acquired 3 copies thanks to the turbo packs, it's gotten a little bit out of hand with Book of Moon, and so now Gage and I will each have access to a single copy. I think this is definitely a card that has been a difference maker in several episodes.
Oh, yeah.
So putting this to 1 as it appropriately should be, this isn't 2021 where Book of Moon can be at 3 and it's fine. You know, like back in the day, Book of Moon was at 1 for a reason.
It also helps, like, the thing is, like, when you being in the Winner Circle, having the access to those turbo packs, like, I remember I got my Book of Moon, my first one from Champion Pack, which now mine's is still going to be shinier than yours, bro. But now it's like, it's so easy to get it with those turbo packs. That's what was able to get you 3 of them in the first place. I think if you had like 1 to 2, even, what, you had one for a while. It would have still been more manageable, but now the fact that it's become more accessible through the turbo packs, it's become sort of a problem.
And there's such little counterplay to it, right? Like Trap Stun doesn't do anything to it. It's so difficult for you to work around, and it can just hose any deck completely. But I also like that we're going this route too, because it also kind of preemptively checks stuff like Dark Hole, right? Dark Hole is a card that we're getting easier and easier access to as we get into more and more turbo packs. And initially, it's a card that you and I both got out of Legend of Blue Eyes. And so it's cool, but again, at the same time, it's a card that back then, I think keeping it at 1 is probably better than not. And so that's why we're doing that, just going down this philosophy, because it checks a lot of these power cards in a way, while also still allowing us to play some of the fun banned cards at the same time. We think it's the right balance between everything. But I think those are like really the big hits. There may be like 1 or 2 other things I'm missing on here. I think this is definitely going to be enough to shake things up, just because now I don't think Blackwing, while I think it's still playable, I don't think it's going to be nearly as good as it was before. And I think if Gage, I think just a single episode might be able to prove that if I decide to play it in this episode, because at the time of recording this, I don't know what I'm doing yet. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to bring some changes. Maybe I'll try it and see what happens. And then if Gage hoses me, then it's like, all right, we can't play Blackwing anymore. Let's change it up. Then I think we're going to be able to confirm that the changes it did, in fact, did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, I had to call in the reinforcements. You know, I had to, something needed to be checked.
Of the army.
Of the army, yes, the Rhoda. So, I'm excited to see how the rest of the series shapes out under this traditional format rule here. I think it's definitely going to be a lot better to encapsulate the format back then, too. I don't think things will stagnate as much, and maybe we could see the progression series start progressing, huh, Alex?
Yeah, I definitely think that if this does enough to Blackwings, which I definitely think it should, because this is like not even just the Blackwing hits, there's just other strong hits to my deck specifically in general that we probably should have done sooner. I think it's going to make it so that if I switch off of Blackwing, let's say, then it opens the door for you to start playing other decks again, and it starts going back to the sort of back and forth decks that we were doing in the early parts of the progression series. So I'm interested to see how that plays out, but let's not make you guys wait any longer. We still have a whole episode to do, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man.
All right, you guys, so here we are back in the winner circle once again. We actually did make some changes to how this works as well, but you're gonna have to wait till Gage's section so he can tell you all about it. But here we are with the wheel. We are actually on Turbo Pack 6. This pack is not as good as the others, but we do have a chance at a Dark Arm Dragon if we do manage to get it, so that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and just spin. I'm looking forward to getting at least something here. It looks like we're just going to be getting another common wild card, though, unfortunately. So I'm going through the cards here, and I'm just looking for any decent common that might help us in the future. Again, I actually have to start thinking about this now, because I'm not sure if Blackwing is going to be correct. So I actually have to figure out like what we're going to do if this strategy no longer works. I'm not really seeing too much that's great. I think what I'm actually going to go for, it was one of the first cards actually. Where was it? Was it down here? Here it is. I think I'm going to go for a copy of Geargiano, as a matter of fact. So the reason I want this is because if in the future Geargia is viable, if we pull enough copies of Geargia armor, Geargiano is actually a pretty decent card for that deck. I'm not sure if I pulled a playset of it. I might have, but I want to ensure that I did. So I think this is actually a pretty decent common pickup. But let's go ahead and hand it over to Gage so he can tell you all about Photon Shockwave.
All right, so we're back at it again. And that wasn't the only change we chose to implement. We're now implementing a loser reward. That's definitely like an oxymoron, right? We're going to call it the pity pack. So a loser is going to receive 1 pity pack of the turbo pack that we're currently on here. So we're currently on turbo pack 6, which means Alex will be able to spin his wheel. He can get the option of wild cards or those turbo packs, but I will only get 1 pack of turbo packs. So it's kind of like, you know, I enter a locals, I do trash, you know, I go X3 drop, and I still get my 1 pack for entry. That's what we're kind of making it akin to. It allows me to get some things that are only accessible in the turbo pack that maybe were inside sets or structure decks. It allows me to get my hands on those. So I'm going to open the 1 turbo pack that I have here. That's turbo pack 6. Turbo pack 6. I just get 1 of these bad boys. So these 3 cards here, this is all I'm seeing here. Flip it up. Sick. I got a second Red Dragon Archfiend, a Creature Swap, and a Golem Dragon. I don't think I had a Creature Swap before, though, so that's actually something genuinely new. But maybe, you know, this would be a flex spot. It could be any super rares. I could have gotten another Dark Arm Dragon, which it would have been limited. It wouldn't have mattered. But it's just an option for me to, be able to add something. This is actually not a bad card, too. If I didn't already have Red Dragon Archfiend, I'm sure it'd be bouncing off the walls. Hopefully, Alex doesn't pull anything too crazy from his 3, though. I think Stardust is in here as well. My Stardust isn't looking as special anymore. But now that we've gone through the pity pack, the sad parts out of the way, let's talk about the new set, and that's Photon Shockwave, the second set released for the XYZ era. Released November 15th, 2011, Photon Shockwave introduces a couple new XYZ monsters and really hones in on some of those archetypes we saw before. Windups, I think, get a little bit more support in this set here. The cover card, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Galaxy isn't really a deck until later, and we get it in side sets and stuff like that. The cover card here, it's honestly not very good, and it will not be good for a very long time, but Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon does get its initial release in this set. That is the cover card. Like I said, Windups get some more support. We don't really see them take off until Order of Chaos. That's when we get Shark, Rat, and the Carrier, but we get a card, Windup Hunter, which is super important for the loop, dumping all those cards out of our opponent's hand. Warrior is also one that was played too, just being able to fix its level to make it a 5, to make like Armades or a Tyrus and stuff like that. Was a pretty good card. It was only in common. Could you imagine if it got an Astral Pack reprint? Oh, geez. Watt Cobra gets released. I know people were convincing me. They were saying, Gage, play Watts. Play the Watt Hopper lock. I didn't think it was effective. But Watt Cobra, this is a pretty sick card too. I remember poking my friends with this. This is the first competitive deck I ever built, was a Watt deck. Can attack your opponent directly when it inflicts battle damage, add a Watt monster from deck to hand. Oh boy, do I remember this card well. We also saw the birth of a new deck, that's Dino Rabbit. Rescue Rabbit released. This allows us to summon 2 level 4 lower normal monsters with the same name from the deck, destroy them during the end phase. But we would just summon 2 Cobblezuls or Sablesaurus because we could actually bring out Evolzar Logia or Dolka, which is in this set here. I'm sure people that play the game right now know how good Logia and Dolka are, because Dinos is still a hell of a deck. 1 day piece is a card released here. It is limited, but we will be able to actually play it at 3 if we want to. Each of us draws a card, neither player takes damage. It's not too bad, not too shabby. Like I said, more Windup support. Windup Rabbit's an incredible card here. There's a lot of cards that have actually kind of made effects akin to that of Windup Rabbit, and we call it Windup Rabbiting. It's when a card blinks out, it vanishes until the next standby phase, and it comes back. It doesn't resummon itself, it just comes back face up to the field, which is a big difference. Windup Rabbit was a sick card back in the day, a level 3 that could keep tagging itself out. Pair it with Factory, you're constantly getting value. Really sick card. And then look at him, Zenmaines, man. This card's bonkers. Was $100 back in the day. This card was oppressive. If it would be destroyed, detach 1 from it instead. If we activated that effect during the end phase, we can pop a card on the field. This rank 3 was absurd, especially with a card like Tour Guide, and we still have the effect where if you detach a material, detach a Sanguine, it's considered leaving the field. This card was a monster. Other than that, nothing really too crazy. Metaion is released here. Not a bad secret rare. But altogether, I'm excited to bust these open. Let's see what we can grab out of Photon Shockwave. 24 packs of that bad boy.
All right, you guys, so 24 packs of Photon Shockwave. We've got some pretty interesting cards we could pull from this set. I'm very curious to see what we're going to get. Let's go ahead and start cracking though by flipping up the first one, and it doesn't look like we're getting anything good to start. There's our first super rare. It is Light Serpent. If this card's sent from your hand to the graveyard, you can special summon it from the graveyard. Cannot be used as a synchro material. I can see that being useful in the future. I guess it's like an okay card, but it's kind of whatever. 1 day of pieces in this set. This card is pretty cool actually. Both players draw a card. Neither player takes damage until your next turn. So it is technically a -1, but you do get to buy yourself a turn with it. So this card has actually seen a lot of play recently, and it's not a bad pickup. There is a super rare Extra Gate. This is a quick play spell. Declare a level between 1 and 12. Your opponent banishes 1 monster of that level from their extra deck. If your opponent does not have a monster of that level in their extra deck, you discard 1 card. This could actually be like randomly good if you know your opponent has a synchro monster that is a specific level that differs from all the rest of the monsters in their extra deck, because then they have to send that. It just kind of sucks that, it's just not good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 24 packs, Photon Shockwave. Can we get those 1 day of pieces? Can we get that Windup Zenmaines? Let's see. There is no Windup Zenmaines in that pack. In fact, that pack was trash. Oh man, the cover card, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I was just talking about how poop that card was. And it is a card I definitely will not consider playing, because it really is that bad.
Well, apparently it's so good that I ended up getting a second one as well. So I can't wait to never play either of these. Thank you, pack opener. I really appreciate it. Here's a super rare Dark Light. I actually think this card's pretty decent. Tribute 1 dark monster with 1500 or more attack. Destroy all monsters that were special summoned this turn. This is actually a nice pickup. It is a little bit situational, but as long as you're clearing 2 monsters with it, this isn't half bad. Oh wow, this is actually a pretty nice pack. So we have an ultra rare rare Wind-Up Kitten. I don't know if we're going to be able to play Wind-Ups, but Kitten's actually a cool card. We also have a Deep Dark Trap Hole. This allows you to banish a level 5 or higher effect monster, I believe, if they're special summoned. This is at a time where Bottomless was on the ban list to a degree, so this was a way to have extra copies of it. You can see the little Goyo Guardian on there. And Champion's Vigilance, the Duel Link Speed Duel staple for quite some time. Pretty nice pack.
Another super rare, number 83, Galaxy Queen. I think this requires 3 level 1s, man. That's a lot. Wow, this card is really not good for a rank 1. That requires 3 level 1s, no less. We do have some level 1s, though. We got Glow Up Bulb, Fishborg Blaster. Maybe we can slide it in. Maybe. Fengguang! Fengguang! This card is so sick, actually. I think I'm going to play it today. Cannot be special summoned during the end phase of this turn. It was normal or flip face up, return to hand. When it's normal or flip face up, destroy all spell trap cards on your opponent's side of the field. This is like a Harpy's Feather Duster and a monster. It's our first good spell trap removal, and I'm definitely going to play it. I forgot how good Fengguang was. Perfect card to introduce to our deck, actually. I'm excited to play with this bad boy. Oh, Evil Soar Serato. I don't plan on playing these Evil Soars because I think, like, Serato is the best, and then you have to have, of course, like the Logia Dolka to be able to make the deck do anything. I haven't pulled either of those, so I really don't think I'll be playing these Evil Tiles. Another ultra rare back-to-back. Ladium, Exarch of the Dark World. Anybody in chat remember when I used to play those Dark Worlds? If it's discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, target one fiend, special summon it, and then gains 500. Wow, that one's really not good, is it? All right, last few packs. Photon Shockwave. Can we clutch it at the end here? Gem Turtle. Okay, that's another thing in Hidden Arsenal. We don't see any of the Gem Knights, so we don't even have access to Gem Knight fusion. That's hilarious. This card's literally a brick. Last pack. Anything good? Whew, nothing to close at the end there. Not a bad opening though. I got that Fengguang. And I also got 3 one-day apiece here. That's kind of interesting to work with. See what we can do.
Well, it's not the Xyz monster we wanted, but it is a baby Tyragon. I don't even know if this is any good. It's a rank 1, so I don't even know how I'm making it. 3 level 1s! That's so difficult. During your main phase 1, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Target level 1 monster you control, it can attack your opponent directly. That is so not worth it. Oh my god, I am not playing that. Ooh, there we go. It's not the Xyz monster we wanted, but it's an Xyz monster nonetheless. It is number 10 Illuminite. 2400 attack on a rank 4, but it does need 3 level 4s. Barf. Once per turn, detach an Xyz material, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, draw a card. I don't think I'm going to play this, to be honest. It's a nice option, I'll say, but 3 level 4s is steep. And the ultra rares just keep coming. Here is Xyz Gift. This card says if you control 2 or more face-up Xyz monsters, detach 2 Xyz materials from a monster and draw 2 cards. I don't think we're ever going to get to the point where this is going to work, but it's cool. And we're coming up on the last few packs here. We've gotten several ultra rares, actually. No secret rares, nothing crazy like that. Nothing like to really get excited about. There's a Tyrant's Throws. What else can we get in these last 2? Another baby Tyragon. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And this is our last pack. Can we get some pack luck that Gage has, please? No, it doesn't look like it. He always gets all the best stuff in his last pack. This is fine. I don't know how much of this we're going to be able to mess with, but we do have a lot of thinking to do now before we go into this game. So let's go ahead and load up Dueling Book and see what we can come up with.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have had enough of playing games. Today, we are going with the big fuck you deck. I have a feeling even with all those hits, Alex is still going to try to make Black Wings work for one last episode because it's been working so well for him. So I decided to pull out all the stops. I'm maining 3 Consecrated Light. I'm siding 3 Chaos Trapple. I'm siding those Mind Crushers. Those one-day pieces we pulled, 3 of those bad boys into the side deck. We're playing trap cards that fuck him up. Royal Oppression, Sakuretsu, Trap Does Shoot. We're going first with this list. We're going to hopefully just normal summon Consecrated Light, sit on it, and maybe set like a Sakuretsu or something, and hopefully it just carries us. None of our cards are dark except Witch and Sanguine, which are at 1, so Consecrated Light just doesn't hurt us at all, and Consecrated Light can shut down Alex's entire deck. Other than that, we're just playing Lancer Frogs. I know the deck's 45 cards, but with cards like Painful Choice, Swap Frog, Substitute, just being able to power through the rest of our deck, should be able to thin it out pretty quickly. Also decided to play, instead of the second formula, because we can only play 1, the number 83 Galaxy Queen. If I could summon this thing with combo of like Treeborn Frog, Blaster, and like Glow Up Bulb, I'll already consider it a win, dude. That'd be crazy. That being said, I think I'm ready to give Alex the clap today. Hopefully, this can be the birth of a new era.
So here's the Blackwing deck I've been bringing to the last several episodes. It may have changed a card or 2 here and there, but I want to just exemplify how much this actually changes things. So Gale is limited, Kalut is limited, we have 1 Sangan, 1 Black Whirlwind, and 1 Book of Moon. Everything else on here should be, I believe, at the correct number of cards, but that is 8 separate cards that I just lost in this deck, and I don't know if this deck is nearly as good as it once was. I kind of want to give it a shot because I feel like this deck may still be good, but we're not going to know unless we try. So I think it's worth at least giving a test run. Let's see what we can do to re-engineer this. Okay, so here are the post ban list, nerf, balancing changes, whatever you want to call it, Blackwing deck. Now, this deck still looks rather strong, but I think I lose a lot of my reach. Caloot was the reason I won probably 90% of my games in the last several episodes. And with only having a single copy of it now, I have to be very conservative as to when I use it, whether it's a key removal piece or it's going to win me the game. It's a very specific card that I need to actually be mindful of when I want to use it properly. Also, missing out on Gale sucks because it was extra damage. Gale can also out a lot of very annoying things. And so I'm really sad to see this go. This helped with the swarming and the synchro plays also being a tuner. So I actually decided to throw in a copy of Plague Spreader Zombie to replace it. Now, Plague Spreader isn't exactly Gale, let's be honest, but it is a dark, so it does have synergy with the Lure of Darkness. I can search it with the one copy of Sangan now. This also really hurts. Having the multiple Sangan was nice just to cycle for whatever card that I needed. Plague Spreader's fine, though. It is a level 2 tuner, which then I can recycle, actually, and get into some higher level synchro plays. It kind of acts as like a removal tool in that case when I combine it with like Snatch Steal or Brain Control. I'm also playing the Foolish Burial as well, just to dump it immediately into the graveyard, or I could dump any of my Blackwings if I have a Blizzard to then go for a level 5 or level 6 synchro play. I also moved Sirocco up to 3 in the main deck, but I'm not sure how good this is because Whirlwind's only at 1. The reason why this is so good, aside from the pumping effect, is that it's the top of the totem pole, so if you have Whirlwind in this, you can search any other Blackwing, you can get to Shura, Shura can then get to Bora, etc. And so, yes, this plus Bora is insane, but I lose a little bit of swarming capability. I lose the ability for Caloot to hit over things I wouldn't otherwise be able to, and so with only one Whirlwind, this isn't searchable or anything. I'm just really hoping that I hit it. That's going to make it a lot more difficult. Also, with Book of Moon being limited to 1 as well, I needed to throw in some more defensive cards, so I put in a second Bottomless Trap Hole, which I do have 2 of, and I threw in a couple of My Body as a shield as well. This is a nice way to just ensure that my threats will stay on the field. I don't know what sort of removal Gage is going to be on for this episode. I have no idea what his plan's going to be. I mean, the thing is, he's been playing this synchro deck for the last several episodes, but he just might decide, all right, new balance changes, I'm going to change it up entirely. And so I think My Body is like a sort of safe defensive tool. I've got some other stuff in the side deck as well, but I think that primarily covers all the main deck changes that we made. I also upped DD Crow to 3 because we are getting more graveyard utility, and if he is on the Synchro Frog deck, I figured this at 3 is just crazy. But the side deck has just pretty much a little bit of everything, right? We have the Breakers for back row removal. Kaiku's there in case he goes back to the Emperor Dark Arm shenanigans. I don't want to deal with any of that. Magical Scientist is just a good one of. I only have a few targets in here, but it's just fine. I honestly didn't know what else to put in the side deck, to be honest, when I had only a couple slots left. 2 copies of Raiko, again, just to out just weird stuff he might play. This has never come in, though, so who knows? Tsukiyomi, again, same reason as like Magical Scientist. I was just out of space, and I'm like, oh, Tsukiyomi's like an okay one of. Nobleman of Crossout in case he's on a very defensive deck like Gravekeeper as an example. 2 Smashing Ground just to be able to balance out the field in case he decides to play a little 1-for-1 game with me. I can just have the Smashing Grounds do some work. Compulse is a better defensive option than, say, something like My Body. I could swap this out for the Crows if he's not on any sort of graveyard-based deck. These have been in here for a while, and they're pretty good. And then the one Dust Shoot, of course, because it's Dust Shoot, and I only side it in when I'm going first. So, yes, I am still playing Blackwing, but this is definitely going to be neutered Blackwings for sure. I think you're definitely going to see a decrease in power level when it comes to what this deck is able to do. I'm not sure if it's going to matter. Maybe it's still good. We'll have to see. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Gage, I'm super excited about this. This is going to be very interesting, my friend. How are you feeling about everything?
You know what? I feel like I am going to send a shockwave through you, bro.
Oh my God.
Absolutely clobber you today, man. It's good. Oh, I'm excited, dude. I'm so hyped.
I'm going to feel it in the photons, and that doesn't even make
That
sense.
one was real bad. Nah, leave it to me, dude.
I'm trying to find some way to incorporate photon into a pod.
You had your one joke before we even got started today.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess I got my one for the episode, so I shouldn't complain. Yeah, the one thing I'm just slightly worried about, like we went through all this work to make these changes. I'm just scared. It's like if the worst happens and everyone's like, oh, it's like, they're like, why'd you even bother? But
I think the worst thing that can possibly happen this episode, Alex, is I lose. That's the worst possible thing, bro. We go through all these balancing changes only for me to get swamped again.
And based on your record, who knows? Anything's possible. But let's not wait any longer to find out. Let's shout out our patron. It is Oh Fish. I love that these people are just making Yu-Gi-Oh card names their patron names. But thank you so much, Oh Fish. Ooh, not a great start, Gage. Not a great start.
Oh Fish. Oh shit. Looks like I'm going first, bro. All
right. Looks like you're going first. Good luck. 45 cards.
Yeah. Don't get too shocked, bro. It matters.
I guess.
Good luck, duelist.
You as well.
I'll start my turn by setting a card and then ending my turn.
This is your plan?
This is... You'll see, bro. Draw your card. And now during your standby phase, don't you look silly. I'm going to trap dust shoot you.
I mean, sure. So here's my hand.
Oh, you're still on those wings! All right. This is going to be easy.
I want to give it one episode because the thing is, we're not going to know if this is good enough until we actually play it. Like, we can conceptualize and theorize everything, but who knows? Like, I mean, it could still be good. It could be awful.
It's gonna look super bad for you when I decide to throw back... You can have that Shura back in the deck.
I had a feeling, yeah, Shura not being in my hand kind of, like, ruins this whole hand, unfortunately.
Yep.
So we'll shuffle that deck up. We will head over to main one. And honestly, you got me. I will set a bottomless trap hole and pass to you.
I will draw for turn. Stand by main. Thrilling. I'm going to end my turn. Go ahead, dude.
What are you doing?
You just wait, man. Just wait. Draw your card. It's not gonna matter.
Okay, I'll draw. That's not bad. Okay, so we're gonna fire off an Allure of Darkness. This will fix the hand. Okay, I'd say that probably fixes the hand. I'm not 100% certain, though. Let's just banish the DD Crow.
Okay.
Get rid of that. I'm going to normal summon a Shura.
Okay.
And we'll go to battle phase. I'll hit for 18.
Yeah, 18's cool.
Not going to be hitting over a monster, unfortunately. I'll set another card and pass the turn.
I'll draw. Cool. I will set a card, and I'll end my turn.
What is your hand? I'm so confused. You've done trap dust shoot, and that's it for 3 turns. Okay, I'll go to battle phase. I need to see what this is. Let's hit it.
It's Dupe Frog.
You're still on the frogs.
You don't have your one Kalute. There's no way.
I mean, even if I did, would I want to use it just to hit over Dupe Frog? I'm not sure it's that good. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take 200 from that hit. This change actually does matter a lot for this because it makes the 2,000 walls much harder for me to hit over, I will say. I'll go to main 2. I will set a 3rd card, actually, and I will pass it.
You got all that back row. I'll draw.
I banished the DD Crow because, like, I didn't think you were on frogs for doing nothing for 3 whole turns, but I guess I was wrong.
The frogs are not bad.
At least we have, like, a much slower game.
Yeah.
Usually our games are much more explosive, so maybe this is the balance change is working? I don't know.
If you could see my hand right now, bro.
Is it that good or that bad?
You know what? I can't tell. I can't tell.
This is why people watch this series.
I'm just thinking this is the best. I'm gonna go pass again. Go ahead, your turn.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll set a 4th card and pass.
Good god. I'll draw.
I think you should know every card in my hand at this
think
point.
so, yeah. That shouldn't matter a lot. All right, I'm going to activate 1 for 1.
Sure.
I'm gonna pitch Ryza.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Substitute.
Okay, now I gotta think. Substitute's just a problem. I am gonna book the Substitute, but this is my only Book of Moon, so...
And yeah, your only Book of Moon's gonna get met with my only copy of Lance, baby! Protected that Toad.
Okay, we're still on the chain. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
What, are you gonna bottomless it? 100 attack, bro? Good luck.
I'm gonna Icarus attack and pop both of them.
Oh my god, Alex, you thought you were safe.
You
thought you were safe,
wow.
bro? Jeez.
Wow!
Not today, dude.
Wow.
Okay, so does this resolve?
Shit. Now I know what your hand was clogged with the whole time. Okay, so chain resolve. So my body negates Icarus. Lance negates Book. And, oh, God. Yeah, I think you're going to be off to the races.
All right. I'm good to go. All right. Substitute, I'm going to tribute the Dupe.
Sure.
Dope. I'm going to summon a Swap Frog, and I'm going to activate the swap.
Sure.
Sure. I'm going to dump Ronin Tonin.
Okay.
I'm going to Substitute. I'm going to pull out Poison Draw.
I don't know if this is the balance changes because you actually got into Substitute and it resolved for once.
Yeah,
but...
and it's going to keep resolving, bro. It's not once per turn. I'm going to Substitute for another Poison Draw, and I'm going to Substitute again.
Get them all out of the deck.
Yep. I'm gonna pull out a dupe, and I'm gonna sack the dupe. I'm gonna pull out a Treeborn. It's just not over yet. I'm gonna sack the Treeborn.
You've been waiting to do this for so long.
Let me tell you, dude, it feels so good. I'm gonna summon Swap Frog, and I'm gonna activate that Swap Frog. I'm gonna
sure.
Ronin Tonin. I think that's all of them out of the deck.
Okay, good. That explains the 45 cards now to a degree.
Yeah, I'm gonna banish Poison Draw Frog, summon Ronin.
Sure.
I'm gonna banish Poison Draw Frog, summon Ronin.
Yep.
I'm gonna activate Swap Frog. I'm gonna throw it back into my hand.
Sure.
I'm gonna tribute Ronin Tonin.
Oh, he has the Lancer too.
I do. I'm gonna summon Lancer.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It has emerged.
I am going to activate Ronin Tonin. I'm gonna banish dupe. Summon Ronin.
Yep.
Sea Lancer.
Sure. So you're gonna equip 3 frogs here.
Yes. This is a little bit difficult here. I'm gonna throw them in my hand here. Make it easier.
Yeah, that's fine. The plan has finally come together.
It has finally. Look at that Sea Lancer, dude. He's so big.
God, that's scary.
Cool. Battle phase. I'm gonna attack you for 23.
Right, I'll take the 23.
It is your turn, Duelist.
Played her on the bottomless too. Nothing I can do about it. Unfortunate. Okay, well, now I have this card to worry about. That's kind of a disaster. Even these poison draw frogs trigger if I heavy too.
They sure do. They sure do. That and the dupe, dude. I'm getting all the value.
Sucks. Like, it would make the Lancer vulnerable for me to kill, but then you just generate so much advantage off of that. I don't even know if it matters. It might matter, I guess, but it's not going to be pretty, I don't think. How do I kill this thing? Oh, boy. This is not going to be fun. This thing can't be targeted or destroyed, can it?
It can be targeted. It just can't. If it's destroyed, I destroy one of the cards equipped to it.
Yeah, see, Book of Moon being at 1 now makes this card much better.
Yes, it makes it much more hard to out.
Okay, so I could go that, which is really bad. And then, Substitute, I don't really care about anymore. I could go that. Okay. I think I'm going to just set and pass. After all that deliberation.
Seems okay to me, dude. I will draw. Stand by main. Lordy, that's good. All right.
I don't like to hear that, Gage.
I'm going to start by activating Dark Hole.
Oh, you're going to trigger your own Lancer. Is that the plan? Oh, this is bad. What can you do? You have Ryza engraved, don't you? Yeah, you pitched it for 1 for 1. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you nuke everything, then you get to draw off that or get a search. Either way. I don't know if this is correct, but I am going to my body.
Oh, all right. Sure. Not a problem. Okay, maybe kind of a problem.
I figured that I don't think you can kill me through a monster. Maybe you can, but I don't think it's likely.
I think you're right. That kind of sucks. I'll go battle phase, and I'm gonna attack over that monster.
Okay, it's a Sangan, the one and only.
Sangan can search. That's okay.
I will get my one and only search here. Man, if I didn't banish that DD Crow, this would have been very different. Let's see. You said Sea Lancer can be targeted?
It can, yes.
Okay. I think I'm gonna grab a copy of Gale.
Okay.
The one and only copy of Gale.
Main phase 2, that's a nice copy of Gale, dude. It's a shame you're not going to be able to play it.
Oh, fuck! What the hell? Oh,
Consecrated Light, dude! Oh, man! You cannot normal summon or special darks, and it can't be destroyed by battle with a dark. That's kind of good, isn't it?
You're going to pass the turn now.
I am. Go ahead. Your turn.
Well, that sucks. You are unfortunately forgetting that I had a Cyber Dragon in my hand.
I did forget about that one, yeah. That took a while for you to play that one.
It did. I will hit into this.
Yep.
Since I can't do anything else while Consecrated Light's on the field. I will go to main 2. And now I gotta think. Man, losing the battle phase really hurts here. 2,300 divided by 2 is 1,150. Is that worth it? I guess it's worth it, so let's give it a shot. I'll normal Gale.
Okay.
I'll activate Gale to half your Sea Lancer.
Sure.
And then part of me wants to keep Gale up, but I feel like you could probably kill it pretty easily.
Did you get any level 8 synchros from your turbo packs?
Don't worry about it.
Red
Don't
Dragon.
worry about it.
Ooh, okay.
Gale's just kind of sitting there. You would need like a Monarch specifically to like hit over Gale, I guess. I'm just going to pass on this.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes.
I'll draw. I will set a card, and I will
Wow,
throw
you
this
actually have back row.
Lancer in defense.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. Happy to see that. I'll draw. Ooh.
Okay, so during the standby phase, I want to make it a little bit more difficult for you to make anything if you have it. I'm going to activate Royal Oppression.
I get this. Okay. Understandable. Ugh, this stupid Sea Lancer, dude. How am I supposed to get rid of this thing? Yikes. Oppression's a good card. It is reciprocal, though. Isn't the worst. Okay, I'm going to use the effect of Gale. I'm going to have your Substitute.
Okay.
This card's kind of useless to you right now, but I don't really want it sticking around. I'll go to battle. We'll Gale into Toad, and then I'll Sidra into a Ronin.
Sure.
And then main 2, I'm going to set a monster, and I'm going to pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Still don't think you have an out for this thing. I'll set, I'll pass.
Actually, on back row. Anything on standby?
No, you're good.
Okay, main 1. Okay, that helps a little bit. I'm going to normal summon Bora.
Yeah, that's the one card I thought was pretty good. Okay.
I'm going to use Gale to have Ronin.
Okay.
Battle, I'm just going to hit into Ronin for the 7.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, that's like almost a full oppression. Main 2, I'm going to pass the turn here.
Okay, I'll draw.
Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, God, I'm so dumb.
I'll start my turn by activating E-Telly.
Yeah, E-Telly's fine. Going for the good old Krebs.
I don't know what I'm going for because I have my own Royal Oppression up, and that kind of sucks.
It does suck, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll bust out the Krebons.
Sure.
I'm going to activate Ronin Tonin. I'm going to banish a Swap Frog, and I'm going to summon
That's fine.
Ronin. I'm going to activate Ronin Tonin. I'm going to banish a Dupe Frog, and I'm going to summon the Ronin.
Sure.
I'm going to tribute one of the Ronin Tonins for Sea Lancer, the second one.
Oh, he has a second one! Oh, fuck me. Yeah, it's fine.
Lancer.
I mean, you only get 1 on this one, so it's not
I
that
do
bad.
only get 1. I'm going to get that Dupe Frog back.
Okay.
I'm going to go battle phase, and I'm going to poke over your Bora.
All right, so that is 600?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, take it.
Main phase 2.
I was not expecting the second one. Good lord.
I am going to Synchro Summon with Sea Lancer and Krebons. And I'm going to bring out... I'm going to bring out Psychic Life Trancer in defense.
We're negating that crap.
Yeah, I figured. Psychic Life Trancer, dude. Holy crap. Too strong.
Too strong.
Your turn, dude.
Okay, I will draw. All right, I think I need to do what I should have done last turn. I'm going to heavy.
Okay, heavy's fine. I'm going to trigger my 2 poison draws and dupe.
Sure.
Dupe, I'll pick back up... What do I even fucking want? I'll pick up one of the poison draws,
Okay.
and then I'll draw 2.
Okay. I'm gonna normal summon Blizzard, trigger Blizzard.
Yeah.
That's gonna bring us a Shura, and I will sink. We will go for our good old friend, Mr. Armed Wing here.
Yeah, Armed Wing's cool.
Yeah, and I think this should do it. I can use Gale to have Ronin. Battle, this will be 18.
Okay, so I'll take 18. Oh, I'm down to 100. I'm dead, actually.
And then Gale can hit into Sea Lancer, then Sidra can hit you.
Yeah,
for
that was a good
21.
game one. That was close, though,
that
bro.
That was a close game one. That was, man.
I'm not letting you wipe it up the rest of it, though. That was a close one, dude. You need to be on the lookout, man. I have a feeling you're on the ropes with Black Whirlwind at 1 and Kalut. I can tell you're hurting.
I mean, I had the Black Whirlwind in my hand. I actually drew it, I think, on the last turn, but it wasn't going to do anything. And I did have to play that entire game without Kalut, and I can say it felt very different not having immediate access to Kalut at all times.
Well, I'm going to switch it up. I do think the strategy is I did outplay you. You let me go first. I think that's the wave with this deck, so I'm going to go first again.
Oh, okay. Fair.
All right, good luck, duelist.
Good luck to you as well.
All right, well, I guess I will start my turn. I will set 2 cards. This is a little bit more of a fiery start, and I'm going to normal summon Consecrated Light.
Shit.
Good luck, dude.
Okay. I do have some outs to this, but
I mean,
they're very
do
few and
you,
far
though?
between.
Because standby phase, I'm going to flip up Trap Dust Shoot. I'm going to see what you got.
Well, you're going to see everything I've got, and, this hand will be pretty good, but you have Consecrated Light,
I
so.
see there is no immediate out to your board, but I do see you can Snatch Steal my Consecrated and Tribute for Sirocco. No, you can't even.
No, because I can't summon it.
That's awesome. I do think throwing back Sirocco is probably the best choice, though.
Okay. I was thinking about doing that, and then I can't do it.
You can't normal
This
summon
card
with
is just...
Consecrated, yeah. It's pretty okay. It's a good card.
All right. Fantastic. I can still set cards, correct?
You sure can.
Okay, cool. At least I can do something. I will set And I will set, and I will pass it over.
I will draw. I'm going to throw this Consecrated Light to defense.
You must feel so nice that you got that far.
It does. And then I'm going to set a monster, and I'm going to end my turn.
Oh my god. How am I actually going? This is so bad. Turn 1 Consecrated Light. Unbelievable.
It's too
I just
strong.
am going to pass.
Let's go!
I have so few outs to this card.
And now you're going to have even less, bro. Confiscation.
I mean, okay. My hand is like very similar to what you already saw.
Yeah, let me
so
see
go
what
ahead
you
and
picked
take
up.
a look.
You picked up Ashura. He's pretty cool. I do think the most impactful card, though, is going to be that Snatch Deal. That's going to be
I had a feeling that's what you were going to take. Yeah.
Get rid of it. I will set another card, and I'll pass. Go ahead.
I can't do. Oh, okay. Now we can do something. Dark Hole.
Shit. Yeah, that does it. Man. Damn. All right.
This is, contrary to popular belief, this is not a dark card that Consecrated Light
yeah,
is
right.
immune
Could
to.
you imagine? Oh,
Could you
man.
imagine the flavor on that? Okay, my Bora is also gone as well. I will normal summon Ashura.
And I will meet that with a Chaos Trapple.
Oh, fuck, dude! Come on!
You
just let me get something!
Draw.
Go ahead!
Standby main. Ready for this? Normal summon Krebons.
Broken.
You're broken. And then I'm going to activate Ronin Tone. I'm going to banish Poison Draw.
I'm gonna crow the Ronin token. I'm not even gonna let that happen.
Yeah, that's good. Battle phase 12.
I'll take the 12, fine.
Main phase 2. I will set a card and I'll pass.
I don't like this. We are in such a simplified game state. I will Allure of Darkness. to
Oh,
try to help
okay.
my
That better
chances
be a
here.
dark. I think it's a dark. It's a Bora, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a... Fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Get rid of the Bora. Ah! He doesn't have anything else.
I do have 2 back row.
Is it gonna
I
be
will
enough?
pass.
All right. Standby main. This is ridiculous. I'm going to normal summon Psychic Commander.
Oh, good. You're getting all... I hope this is E-Telly.
That's what
I
they-
100% hope that's E-Telly.
Is the normal summon okay?
Normal summon's fine.
Battle phase 12, 14.
I'll take both.
Your turn.
I can afford to take a hit. That's pretty good. Okay, now I have to think, because I know you're on Chaos Trap Hole of all things now. And that's a counter trap on top of it, which is frightening. I'm going to set a monster, and I'm going to pass.
Okay. I will draw. I'm going to activate. It's pretty cool. Instant Fusion.
That's pretty good.
1,000.
I am going to order.
You did have that. Oh, and I know what else you have too. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, order's okay. I'll go battle phase.
Okay.
I'll attack with Psychic Commander.
I'm forced to do this, but I don't like it. I am going to Icarus attack
I
here.
thought so. I thought so. What do you want to pop?
I'm going to pop both monsters.
That's fine.
Got to clean up the board a bit.
All right, dude. Your turn.
All right, I'll draw standby phase. That is like the worst draw in my deck.
Pay for the order.
I'm thinking about it. What other spells? Okay, so E-Telly's actually a dead card in your deck at this point because I don't think you have any other targets. Econ doesn't really do much on this board, but it's Pot of Greed and Painful Choice are way too good. I have to pay.
Okay.
I will go to main 1. I actually will just pass the turn.
Lovely. I'll draw. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good card. I'm going to normal summon Witch.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
11.
I'll take it.
Lovely. Go ahead. Your turn.
Monster. Oh, please, not like this.
Standby phase? You want to pay for that order? Getting pretty pricey
I will
now.
pay for the. I will pay for the order.
I thought so. Okay.
If you draw either of those cards, I just probably lose immediately. I don't think I'm out of it yet, but go ahead.
Battle phase.
It's not looking pretty. I'm going to Fiendish Chain the Witch, so you can.
Okay, sure. All right, so main phase 2, I will set a card, and I will just pass the turn. Go ahead, dude.
Please something.
Pay for the order. Pay it again. I haven't drawn a spell in
can't
several
pay for it.
turns.
I can't pay for it. Go.
Nice.
This is where you had Pot of Greed set the whole time.
Yeah, right. Your turn.
I love how you're just like walling up and I can't do anything. This is hysterical. Oh my god. I'm also starting to see the problem with the new Blackwing deck is that it's not as monster dense, and I'm running into this problem like I did in the first few times I played it, where I basically can't do anything, so go ahead.
Awesome. I'll draw. I'm just not seeing any good cards. Your turn.
Maybe you should start playing them.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
This is something. I'm going to attempt to normal summon Blizzard. Is the summon fine?
The summon is fine. Are you activating the effect?
I am going to activate the effect.
What are you targeting?
I'm going to target Shura, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so Shura hits the board. Funny enough, the Fiendish Chain kind of has your Witch in check. So I actually think I want to keep it that way. I'm going to sink off here.
Yep.
Oh, this is risky. This is so risky. What do I play around is the question. I think I need to go for the higher risk play. I'm going to go for Armed Wing.
Okay.
Good?
That's good.
I did not think I'd get this far. Okay, battle phase.
Okay. Thinking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to hit into one of your sets. I guess I'll hit this one.
Okay, I'm thinking.
Sure.
It's gonna gain 500. Oh my god. Okay, because of... Oh my god. I swear. There's no way. There's no way. Do I play this safe?
Are you scared, Gabe?
Dude, I'm horrified, bro.
Let me try to predict why you're horrified. I think I just attacked a treeborn frog, and I think you're worried I have Kalut, and that just wins me the game.
It could be that, dude. It could be that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I have to do this. I'm gonna activate Econ, and I'm gonna tribute the Witch, and I'm gonna try to take your Arm Wing.
Ooh, that's fine actually.
Okay.
Sure. Trigger the Witch.
The Fiendish Chain stays, because Witch wasn't destroyed. All right, so I'm gonna activate that Witch then.
There's only one Kalut gauge. What are the chances it's in my hand right now?
Shut up. I'm horrified of it, dude. That card's crazy. Okay, so now we're down to this. I will pick up a Ryza.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I'll go to main 2. There isn't a lot left I can do, so I'll take my Armed Wing back, please.
You can have him back. I'll draw.
For the record, I think that was the safe play, whether or not I have.
I think it was the safe play too. I kind of had to do it there. I'm gonna tribute the Treeborn Frog that you read correctly.
It was.
And I'm gonna summon Ryza, and I'm gonna spin back your Arm Wing.
I'm gonna bottomless the Ryza in response.
And I'm going to win the game.
No, you're not actually. I have
lying.
Icarus attack as the 4th chain link.
Oh my god, bro! All right.
So we're gonna have a big chain here. I'm gonna pop both your monsters.
Okay.
It's the poison draw. Okay. Does that trigger?
Poison draw does
face
not trigger.
up.
It's face up. Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
And we are now in a simplified game state. That is like the worst card I could have drawn. I'll set and pass. Go.
Draw. That was likewise, bro. Your turn. Your turn, man.
All right. I can't do that. No. Go.
Yes. Draw. Yes. I'm gonna activate Painful Choice.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
You thought this game was fair. Yeah. I'm gonna dump Bulb. I'm gonna dump Ronin. Blaster. I'm gonna dump Swap. And I'm gonna dump a Dupe. What do you want me to give?
Okay, so Bulb triggers Engrave, Ronin triggers Engrave. Dupe doesn't really do a lot. Swap is... I don't really want you having Swap. Swap's pretty good. Fishborg Blaster is also good. You don't really get to do much with Blaster. Well, no, you can just banish Ronin and then Blaster starts going off, so yeah. Oddly enough, I think I'd give you the Ronin.
Sure. I'll take it. Your move.
Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm going to normal summon Bora.
Sure.
I'm going to Raigeki.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, it was the Ronin. I'm going to... do I just go for it? What other back row do you play? Econ's out of the equation now. What am I worried about? I don't know what else you play. I think I go for it. I'm going to flip Plague Spreader.
Oh, all right, okay.
I'm going to sink.
Yep.
Summon Goyo.
Yep.
Battle.
Yep.
Hit.
Get mega punished, idiot.
Oh, he's on
my
Saku!
god! Get punished! Yo, Sack is too good!
Oh, no! Fuck! Oh, my God.
Draw.
Oh, I'm so
Standby.
dead. I'm so dead.
Treeborn. Main phase 1. Glow
I'm like,
up.
you have nothing. There's no fucking way. Yeah.
Synchro. Formula. Draw a card for Formula.
Yep, it's fine.
Oh my god. I'm gonna tribute the Formula for Fengwang.
What is this?
I'm gonna Harpy's Feather Duster, that Fiendish Chain, and then I'm gonna attack for game. Is
this a spirit monster? Harpy's Feather Duster?
Dude, you've never read this card. Fengwang's
I've never read this card.
Is that game?
Oh,
is that
my
game? Can we go game
God.
3? Yes, let's go!
Fucking Sakuretsu armor.
Too good, bro. Should have played around it.
I thought your back row were just completely useless because like
again.
you haven't played real back row and I don't know how long, and I'm just like, better have it. And he had it.
The
so
one
here we
card,
are.
bro. The Sakuretsu on the Goyo. The mega punish. Oh man.
I don't know if I feel like you could have still won regardless of if I didn't go for the synchro play, but whatever. I am actually going to go first though.
Oh, all right.
Knowing
okay.
that you
Sounds
are on
like a plan.
Consecrated Light, I feel like I need to kind of unload a bit here, and hopefully like Consecrated Light's a non-issue. That's kind of my game plan. This doesn't look too bad. I am going to start by normal summoning a Shura.
Yep.
I am going to set a card face down, and I'll pass it to you.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main. I will start my turn by activating 1-for-1, and I'm gonna pitch
fine.
Glow Bulb.
That's like the God combo.
It's pretty
sure.
all right. Yeah, I'm going to special summon off my 1-for-1. Where is he? Substitute.
Okay.
Do you have some?
Nope, you're good.
All right, I'm gonna activate Bulb. I'm gonna mill.
Sure.
Kind of sad.
Okay. Here doesn't deal with the problem. If I let you go through the motions here with the Substitute, you get a bunch of Ronin set up. This is risky. If I let you do all that, and then you do that, and then Ronins are like not the worst, I guess. I don't know how much better my draw can be at this point. No, you're fine.
That's fine. All right, I'm gonna activate
Yeah.
Substitute. I'm gonna tribute my Glow Up.
Yeah.
I will summon Swap, and I'll activate Swap.
Yep. Go through the motions.
Cool. Tribute, special, tribute, special, tribute, special, tribute. What am I going to do, Alex? I'm going to special. I'm going to tribute, and I'm going to special. Whoops, that's not going to hand.
If you had already normal summoned, I think I would have done something. But the fact that you could have just, like, it wouldn't have mattered.
All right, that's all the cards. Anything?
All right. No.
All
You're
right.
good.
I'm going to tribute the Poison Draw, and I'm going to summon Ryza.
Okay. Target for Ryza.
Ryza, I will choose to... I'm pretty sure that's an Icarus attack you got back there, because that's what you were thinking about so hard. I'm going to force it. I'm going to target your Shura.
Sure.
Okay.
You didn't think you'd get this
Really?
far?
No, I didn't. I was like, really? He's going to let that go? Battle?
Sure.
24.
I'll take it.
Still in battle? E-Telly?
Ooh. Spicy. Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Cool. I'm going to pull out the Krebs, and
Okay.
I'm sinking 12.
I'll take the 12.
Main 2.
Uh-oh. Synchro for 8. What's coming down? You
Oh, man, dude. I got options now, baby.
have a lot of options.
I think this is the safest one, so I'm going to go Scrap Dragon.
Okay.
I am going to activate Scrap Dragon. I'm going to pop my Substitute to pop your back row.
I will chain Compulse.
Wow, that was the one I didn't expect. Wow!
There you go.
Oh my
I
God.
have surprises too, buddy.
Yeah, that one's not bad. All right, I'll extra deck it, and then I'll wrap it up with a Pot of Greed.
After all, the bottom green.
Yeah, you thought I was done, bro? I would have set 2 cards, and I'm going to end my turn. And then during your
No.
standby phase, I'm going to activate Trap Dust Shoot because you just happen to have 4 cards. Let me get a look. That's a nice Shura.
You're going to be upset when you see my hand.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
If only you could shuffle back spells.
Yeah, shuffle back the
instead.
Shura. Dude, what the heavy Raigeki? Okay.
That dust shoot might have just saved your life.
It
That's all I'm
could've,
going to say. All right. He shuffled back into the deck. I will normal summon a Bora.
Chaos Trap.
Yeah, I knew that was not happening at all.
Yeah, just not letting it happen.
All right. Well, you know my hand is Raigeki Heavy Storm, so you better beat it.
Oh, standby phase. I'm going to activate that Treeborn Frog.
Sure.
Cool. I'm going to activate Ronin Tonin.
Okay.
Banish a Poison Draw. I'm going to tribute the Ronin Tonin for Sea Lancer.
Sea Lancer. Oh my fucking. Oh, is that off the top?
That was off the top, yeah.
Oh God. All right. So you get to equip the poison draw.
Well, not yet. I'm going to wait to activate its ignition. I'm going to banish another Poison Draw, and I'm going to summon Ronin.
Oh right,
And
because you
then I'm
can.
gonna
It's.
activate, yeah.
I keep thinking it's on special for some reason.
Nope. Card's just too good. I'm going to equip those
Yeah.
Poison Draws. I know you
Christ.
have the out for with Raigeki, but that's going to be your whole hand.
Well, I have to heavy then Raigeki because
Uh-huh.
he can protect himself.
I'm still getting those 2 cards, and I'm going to attack you directly for 23.
And I'm going to be on very low life, so the last card in my hand better be amazing. That's fantastic. Fantastic card. Well, I'm dead if I don't, so I will Heavy Storm.
Yep, and I'm going to draw 2 cards.
You are. I will then Raigeki.
Yep.
Get them all out of here. I will set a card and pass. Go ahead. Gage, this might be your episode.
It might be, because I'm going to clean it up with a Consecrated Light.
Oh,
It does
no.
not matter what you
After
draw.
the Raigeki. Oh,
Your turn, dude.
I'll draw. I'll pass. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tribute Consecrated Light. Feng Wong.
It's exact.
It's exactly. Please tell me that's not anything good, bro. Please
so
tell me
fucking
that's
mad.
not good anything.
I'm so fucking angry. It was fucking Imperial
Ah,
Order.
let's go, game! Game! I won! Let's go!
I drew a
Oh,
dark
it
hole.
doesn't even matter.
Do you have a My Body?
I have the Forbidden Lance, yes.
Oh, Lance. Okay. Because, like, I thought, I'm like, he hasn't killed... He needs to draw something to kill me. So I'm thinking I'll wait on Darkhold till he, like, commits to the board and at least get a nice 2-for-1 with it. And the Imperial Order just came at the wrong time. Gage, wow.
What a match, bro. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Wow, I can definitely tell the game's a lot different now without 3 Colute, 3 Whirlwind.
I'm telling you, like, the monster difference now is crazy because now I just don't have act. The nice thing about Colute as well, aside from it just being, like, insane, is that it also just allowed me to trigger Black Whirlwind as well and get Blizzard in rotation or get Gale, so I could apply pressure with it even if I didn't have it in hand. And so without the Whirlwinds and without the Colutes, like, the deck is definitely a lot weaker. I mean, I can just tell by the way this... Look, how many power cards did I go through in this entire match?
So
and
many.
I still lost.
Wow, I can't believe it, man. I finally holy shit. It only needed a nuclear ban list to beat the Blackwings, dude. Oh my, this is a great day. Team Gage,
Wow.
rise up. Team Gage, rise up, baby. The Feng Wong is crazy. I actually forgot this card existed, honestly. I remember back in the day.
I've never seen this card in my life.
I remember
so-
back in the day, somebody showed me this card, and I was like, wow, that card's pretty sick. And I pulled it. It was in Photon Shockwave. Did you know that?
No,
it was in today's
glossed
set.
over it.
It was in today's set, and I pulled it. I was like, wait a minute. That's like my first killer back row removal. That's nuts.
Wow. That's scary, though, too, because I am very loose with throwing out back row because most of the time, the only thing that you have that's slightly worrying is Cold Wave. And even then, there's sometimes things I can do about it. But this, the only thing I'm going to really have to do to this is Fiendish Chain, I think. I think that, or like other effect negation if I decide to play, because I think I still have Divine Wrath. I don't know if I'm going to play Divine Wrath, but it's different now because I know you have it, but now I might not be as loose with the back row, especially if you have a monster on the field already, because that could just hose me if I have like Icarus Bottomless order, you know, all set in the back row. How were you just playing one of this?
I only pulled the one. Yeah, it's a super rare.
Oh, it's a super. Oh, I thought it was like a common or something. I guess I can see why it's a super because it's Harpy's Feather Duster.
It's pretty all right, you know?
Wow. Good games, though. I mean, the Consecrated Lights as well. I mean...
I have a feeling you're going to be switching things up, so I don't think these will be too good moving forward, but I just had to give those Blackwings one last fuck you. I knew you were going to try to make them work. I knew it.
I mean, I had to, right? It's been doing so well, and even though a lot of cards got hit out of my deck, the main core of it was still there, but losing Black Whirlwind, I lose so much of the deck's consistency and just being able to churn through monsters. Losing the Colute, you're not as afraid in battle to hit into my stuff anymore. That game, too, I did not have the Colute, by the way. So.
Oh, okay. So, man, because I was thinking, I was like, do I just let this go through and, like, risk dying and then, like, just take it on your next turn and just...
You played it correctly, because how many times have you decided I'll risk it and then I had it?
Yeah,
to be fair,
yeah.
I only have a single Colute now, but especially when you had other ways to just not lose the game, I think it was correct to play it safe, even though it did waste a powerful card in Econ. But it definitely mattered because that could have just been a game changer had I would have won. I mean, the match would have been over in game 2 and we wouldn't have even had a game 3. And maybe going second was wrong too, but I mean, how many Consecrated Lights did you open?
I opened with one of them. I opened what?
Okay.
Consecrated, Chaos Trap Hole, and Dust Shoot or something like that.
So to be fair, like I opened Regeki in my opening hand, so I could have outed it, and then maybe I could have gotten aggressive because I had Borashura. I mean, you would have trapped Dust Shooted one out of my hand, so I would have only had the one, but I mean, maybe the extra card could have helped me, so maybe I was just afraid that if you Consecrated Light me and I don't have anything, then it's just going to be a disaster. At least if I have one Blackwing established, I'm just not sitting here not doing anything. I can set cards, obviously, but having at least a somewhat sizable body is also pretty good. Damn. I mean, wow, what a... This is like what the progression series is all about, though. And I'm glad that we made the changes that we did because I feel like this is how it should be. And I don't think I'm going to bring Blackwing next time. I liked it. I still think it's playable, but I don't know if for how heavily the Chaos Trap Holes, like the Consecrate, how many cards did you have to play just to like keep me in check?
I mean,
to be fair, it worked. But if you don't know what I'm playing, I think I have a much higher edge against you. And so, but then you could change your deck again. So this is interesting.
Back to the drawing board, bud. Let's see if you can top these Lancer frogs with another spicy list you come up with.
I got some ideas already. We'll see what happens. I got some ideas. I think there's some ways to deal with this. Man, I still regret banishing that DD Crow in the first game.
I bet you do, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he? He hasn't done anything in 3 turns. There's no way. Anything else good in your polls?
No, I didn't get anything crazy from Photon Shockwave. Nothing of note, really.
Me neither. I got like a few ultra rares. I think I got like an Xyz gift. I got an Illuminite, but that card kind of sucks.
Sure does, yeah.
It's 3 level 4s. That's never going to happen.
No doubt, no doubt.
I got a common wild card on the wheel, unfortunately, so that's kind of lame. I did pick up a Gear Giano in case I want to play Gear Gia later. I figured that's like an okay card. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But next up is Order of Chaos.
Ooh, yes,
Gage.
that's a big one, dude. Inzectors, more wind-up stuff.
We might be switching up to Inzectors next round if one of us gets lucky because a lot of the cards are pretty low rarity, but Hornet is a super, unfortunately. So,
do you know what attribute those are, though?
Oh shit, they're
they're darts, bro. Maybe you want to reconsider that. Consecrated Light's just too strong.
It's also bad too because you're playing Dark Arm Dragon, and I'm pretty sure back in the day that deck also played Dark Arm Dragon. So you get to play like the better version of it. Technically, I don't feel. Are you going to main deck the Consecrated Light next time around? I don't know. You might side deck it.
We'll see.
So if anything, maybe I could pull out a game 1 win without Consecrated Light and then cry in the corner when you summon it on me. So we'll see. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. Team Gage, rejoice. You are now back in the winner circle. Congratulations. It was a long time coming with these new changes to the series. I think it's going to be a lot more back and forth, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. We have to shout out our patrons. So big shouts to Shadow1317, Sean Alling Jr., Tim00x3, Joshua Wiley, Neo Cypher Slacker, Pony Stark, Angayoko, Michael Dente, Ole, Shotagonist, Rasmus, Ika Ironfang, Mystic Walk, Dan the Manhoban, Part 2, Sylvia Wild, Synchro Guy, Brian Dancer, GW, Dollywop, Dragon Lord, Jarvis Martin, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Nelson, Daniel Baker, Emil Cohen, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Kelvin, Iron Bladesman, Pure Ace, Icky Lights, Inyo no Taisho, Jesse Wood, True Nerdgasm, Benjamin Fuller, Brother Paul, Chris Hood, Damage Step Kalut, maybe not anymore, Gage, Lumpy, Nehru Celeste, Shane Reese, Rocky Lee 325, Elaine Rogers, and Peruvian's Finest for YGC 2021. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.